You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's going on, guys? This is OBB, the Diecast guy, or the Diecast news guy, bringing you guys with another NASCAR Diecast news video, and we are here with another weekend, and this is actually the first weekend where we have some NASCAR. It's so great that the off season is finally over, and heck, guys, looking forward to watching the Clash during this afternoon. You guys are probably gonna be watching this video by the time the Clash is on, so I'm hoping so. Perfect timing right there, guys. So glad to see that not only the NASCAR season's back, but also the NASCAR Diecast season is here, guys. 2019, we got some more 2019 Diecast releases to show you guys for 164 and 124, and there is one 164 that we do got to talk about that has literally probably the most laughable fail I've ever seen, guys. I mean, it's something you don't want to miss. I'm sure my good friend Racing 2011 already knows. If you guys probably already know about that by the thumbnail of this video. And we also do got a lot of cool pre-orders we talk about, including for the 2019 season, guys. I mean, just so much material in this episode, so it's probably gonna be an extended episode, but it's probably gonna be worth it. And with that also in mind, we got 3 new cancellations as well. I mean, things just get better and better right here on the Diecast News, am I right? But before we get things started, guys, I just want to thank you guys for your continuing support of the Diecast News. I'm glad that we're back to the original format. We got the big 3 to talk about, which cancellations, pre-orders, and the diecast. Hoping to keep it that way. And also, I'm glad to see that we're also back on a weekend schedule. I know the diecast news episodes last season were very slow, but this is already the 3rd one already, guys, that we got, and in like the 3rd week in a row. So glad to have that, guys. But enough of me, rambling on about this long-running show. Let's get on with the diecast news, and without further ado, let's go ahead and go to that slideshow. Alrighty, guys, welcome to the Diecast News, and let's go ahead and get things started with your newly released diecast from our good friends at Plan B Sales. Now, we're going to go and start off in numerical order, and we're going to start with the gear first. So, guys, we got 2 new 2018s to be talking about for the 164 scale, and the first one up, it is Chase Elliott's number 9 Napa Night Vision, also known as the Moth car. Man, remember that Moth meme, guys? Well, I mean, this car literally is a meme. So, this is the first official diecast that does have the playoff emoji, as you see right there, which, I've got used to it, but and it's also got the playoff green spoiler and splitter as well. So I mean, very nice looking car that we got right here that Chase Elliott ran during the playoffs during the playoff round. So pretty interesting die cast. I mean, and I believe this is a Napa car that actually has a pretty good metallic finish. But a lot of people are thinking that the scheme is pretty, cluttered, especially with the playoff green. The paint scheme ain't too bad, but is it my favorite Napa car? Probably not. It does, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of some of the schemes that Truex used to have back then when he had the Napa car. So I'm glad to see Napa has a lot of alternate schemes, and this one, not too bad, but not my favorite. But I'm sure people are going to like this car, especially since it is, a pretty accurate car, thanks to that emoji. And the other car to be talking about on the 2018 line, it is my driver, you know it, the GOAT, Martin Truex Jr. in the number 78 Bass Pro Shops Ducks Unlimited Toyota Camry. So, he usually runs the Ducks Unlimited schemes at the Bristol Night Race, and this is the second time he's done it in a row running that scheme. But they definitely, I say this paint scheme is a much more downgrade. I mean, a lot of people didn't really like the bright green and the bright blue from 2017. I kind of liked it. It really stand out, and they just really made this car very basic. I mean, it's starting to grow on to me, but of course this is another car that misses the 5-Hour Energy logos, but it's only missing on the hood, so I mean, it's not like what we saw from Wave 12 and Wave 11. But the car is gonna start growing on to me, but I mean, don't expect me to I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll do a review on this because it is a Truex car after all, or maybe we'll get in NASCAR next wave, but I highly doubt it. But it's an alright looking car. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that for a Truex car, but it's okay. It's probably my least favorite Truex car that we got for 2018, that's for certain. Alright, and now let's get on into 2019 diecast, guys. We got a lot of Hendrick Motorsports diecast to be talking about, excluding the other GOAT, Jimmy Johnson. So we got, speaking of Chase Elliott, guys, we got the number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. This is basically kind of exactly like last year's scheme, and I forgot to point this out also on the last episode of the diecast news. The box, guys, it's a lot more darker, so they went for a darker and more simpler design. I think it looks a little too simple, but some people kind of like it, but I can really care what the boxes look like. At least the diecast looks okay. I think I mentioned this on my Wave 2 review. The 9 does look pretty off-centered, or I don't know, it's not as bad as the NASCAR Authentics version, but this car actually has the proper metallic finish, guys, so I'm glad to see Lionel clean up their quality control. However, though, I do got to talk about, speaking of quality control, let's talk about the William Byron Exalta car, which is the next car. Now, a lot of you guys probably wonder, well, what's wrong about this car? Well, it's not about what's wrong with this car. Let's just say my good friend, Race Day 2011, the diecast kid, he was doing a recent review on this car, and, the car looked pretty perfect, and this was something that he just noticed literally right outside the box. I'll feel free to post the video link in the description so you guys can check it out. You guys probably already know because that video's already got a lot of hits. The Exalta logo was screwed up on the hood, and no, it wasn't off-centered. Well, it was, but take a wild guess what's the last thing that you would notice on a logo on the diecast. The fucking thing was backwards. I kid you not. It was like mirrored, and like a mirrored image, and it was like flipped over. Like that is absolutely pathetic, man. Oh my god, I can't believe Lionel got away with this. I mean, could you imagine if they did this with every single Exalta car? Oh my god, that would have been horrible. Looks like Rob has shit luck once again when it comes to collecting NASCAR diecast. Hence why you can see he does not really like Lionel racing that much, or he doesn't collect those much anymore. So I understand that, but yeah, that's something I just wanted to share with you for guys. But overall, on the Exalta car, guys, same car as last year, but as long as you don't have a screw-up diecast like my good friend Rob, I mean, this is probably a nice car to get, but just, God, I mean, you guys just saw my reaction when Rob showed me that video. I was literally on the floor dying my ass off. It was just, oh, man, it's just interesting. Hell, maybe I'll do it like a reaction series for like freaking reviewing diecast. Oh wait, that's what my rants videos are. Oh boy. And now we got some other William Byron diecast to be talking about. We got the Hertz car, so I mean, hopefully this car won't hurt you guys to death. Well, nice job, Einstein. You got another pun in the books. Nice job. I'm sure I feel really great about myself pulling off that pun. It literally came that literally just came right on my behind, I tell you what. But man, I'm getting so off topic on these cars. But the Hertz car, guys, it's basically this car actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, I know I kind of preferred the Hertz car that he ran the All-Star Open last year, but the scheme's starting to grow on to me, and you know, the render didn't really do its justice. It looked really washed out, but actually looking at this in person, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, this dandelion yellow does look really bright and vibrant, and it's starting to grow on to me, but I still prefer last year's car. But this is, you know, a nice looking car, I will admit, but hopefully it doesn't get screwed up quality-wise. And the other William Byron car, guys, I mean, 3 in a row William Byron diecast. We got to the Liberty University car, so same scheme as last year, but they went with the white number 24s. I mean, what can I say? Beautiful diecast. Probably would recommend going down and getting all these diecasts for William Byron. And the last card to be talked about on the 164s, to continue with the Exalta craze, we got Alex Bowman's Exalta car from 2019. Same car as last year, but if you didn't got last year's card, then this is a good substitute. The only difference is it has the Lumar window film logo on it, so yeah, that's that, but still a nice looking scheme regardless. I mean, heck, the Exalta schemes, I don't think they're not going to get old in another year or two, probably, then they'll have to change it. But that wraps up on the 164, guys, and let's get on to the 124 exclusives. We got a couple to be talking about, 3 in particular, and the first one up is going to be a good shout to my good friend Dylan Malone. It is on Brad Keselowski's number 2 Miller Lite Genuine Draft throwback, I cannot pronounce it right now, that he ran at the Darlington race and also won in that car. His one of 3 wins that will be made in diecast form. I mean, when he pulled that 3-piece sweep, I mean, just absolutely amazing. Keselowski, one of the best Team Penske drivers that we got in NASCAR when he pulled off that 3-piece, but probably the best looking throwback car that we actually got in a race win. I mean, yeah, you can kind of count Truex's from 2016, but that wasn't really, that was more of a company throwback. This is a true Don's throwback that won this race. And more importantly, any Rusty Wall fans out there are going to love this scheme too, because I mean, this is to represent, you know, his 80s schemes. So just freaking awesome looking car, and actually really cool to see, you know, Rusty Wall's car in victory lane at the Southern 500, because, you know, he's never had that shot before, and now he does thanks to Keselowski. So beautiful car. Good luck trying to get this car, because I believe it is sold out at Plan B sales, so good luck. Next car we got to talk about, it is probably one of the more boring race wins, but for Kevin Harvick, we got the number 4 Busch Beer Loudon, New Hampshire race win. I mean, you know, it's not really much of a boring race win, guys, but it would be cool if they add that lobster to that, like they did with the Kenseth 2013 car. I mean, it looked tacky, but it would have given this car some uniqueness. But it's cool to see the Busch scheme into victory lane, so I guess that might be a reason you guys might go and get it. But feel free to put any other, you know, emphasis on this car, because I don't really got much to say about this car, since, you know, it's one of Kevin Harvick's, you know, underrated wins from 2018. And the last 124 to be talking about, we got awesome Bill Elliott in the number 23 ISM Connect Chevrolet Camaro that he drove at Road America, and unfortunately didn't ran too well in this car, sadly. But you know, it's a shame this car got canceled in the 164, but any Bill Elliott fans, I'm sure, are going to love this. This is the second time we've got a GMS car released for the Xfinity Series in 124. So, I mean, this is probably a great addition to go along with the Hooters, the hot Hooters car, if I do say so myself. But yeah, that wraps up on the 124 exclusives, and now let's get on to the lightning round, guys. We're going to be talking about the pre-orders. Well, the first one I probably got to talk about in particular is the we got a new car set that is up for pre-order, guys, which will be available in both scales. So we got William Byron's Liberty University Sunoco Rookie of the Year 3-piece car set. And you heard it first, guys. Yes, this is going to be, you know, William Byron was the second driver to win the Rookie of the Year in all 3 series. I'm hoping they could do one for Eric Jones, but I highly doubt that, since, you know, with 5-Hour Energy and Furniture Racing shutting down. I mean, we'll see, though, but I highly doubt that, because, you know, 5-Hour Energy does not like being put on 164s. We know why. We all know why. But back to the William Byron 3 car set, guys. This is a really nice addition, and I'm really curious how they're going to display this. I mean, who knows, guys? I mean, probably will be in a 10 set or something, but I always like it when Lionel does these little sets. I mean, and heck, for seeing that this car is going to be offered in both scales, I mean, this is yet another 164 truck that we're probably going to have to get. Hoping it'll be race version, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, really cool set that we got. But click that pre-order, guys, otherwise it won't be guaranteed. We got a couple other pre-orders to be talking about, 14 more, so let's get right through this. We got Cole Custer's 00 Jacob Company's car that is now available in the Xfinity Series. We also got Austin Dillon's number 3 Bass Pro Shops Gold. Too bad and no. Just like, I mean, Race Day 2011's like, posted a comment about this car saying, oh, too bad this car ain't full of gold. Oh, trust me, if it was made of gold, I mean, God almighty. Good luck trying to get this car on the pre-order list, because it would be quite on the price range if I do say so myself, but you can only hope, right? We also got Ryan Newman's number 6 Wyndham Rewards Ford Mustang, so a nice little change from last year's Kenseth car. We got some Noah Gragson diecast, guys. We got the number 9 Cessna car, which that's a new sponsor joined in for Noah Gragson, and we also got a familiar sponsor with the Switch scheme that has transferred over from the Gander Outdoor Truck Series to the Xfinity Series. So really am digging that Switch scheme. And let's see right here, we do got the other 9 driver. We got the Mountain Dew camo car, guys. So I mean, if you guys remember that the Chase Elliott Mountain Dew car was actually on the pre-order list like a few months ago, but then they pulled it, and this is the main reason why, because they wanted to update it. But I have to say, from being the best looking paint scheme from last year, voted by the fans, what a downgrade. Man, I'm not liking that camo at all. The camo with the green doesn't look right, but it's a Chase Elliott car. It's going to make it on MOQ, but God forbid if this car makes it into the best paint schemes for 2019, all hope is lost. And plus, his car also got in a little incident at the Daytona Clash practice. This is another car that the next car I'm about to talk about that's on the pre-order list got the worst of luck for the Daytona Clash practice. Danny Hamlin's FedEx Express. So I mean, thankfully this car isn't wrecked, but a nice little change up that we got from compared to last year's. But I'm hoping they could change the colors for the Office and the for the rest of the FedEx cars, and hopefully it won't be the same. But knowing FedEx, I'm sure it's gonna be all the same with the orange and purple and white. But really do like this, guys. It does give me some throwbacks to Jason Leffler's car and Bob Levante's as well. We also got Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s number 17 Little Hugs car, same car as last year, but it has the Ford Mustang branding, so that's available for pre-order. We got a couple Kyle Busch pre-orders to be talking about. We got the original Skittles car, which hasn't changed since 2014. The Skittles red, white, and blue, just like last year's and the other couple of years ago. And we also got the a different M&M's car, the M&M's Bar. So you know, if you guys remember that chocolatey scheme from 2012, this probably is going to be a great addition to go with that, but it's got to make it on the pre-order list, guys. We also got Eric Jones number 20 Reeser Fine Foods. I mean, basically, you know, the Reeser scheme hasn't really changed much. We got Mr. Suarez, Daniel Suarez, in this new ride in the number 41 Haas Animation Ford Mustang. So that's going to be probably a hot seller. And I might say I'm digging the digital camo that's on this car. Yeah, that camouflage looks really nice. I'm loving that new paint scheme design for that Stuart Haas Racing Ford Mustang. And the last car to wrap it up on the pre-orders, guys, as I feel like I've been talking forever, we got Bubba Wallace's brand new sponsor, number 43 Aftershocks car. So I mean, all these cars are available for pre-order, guys, in both scales, but you guys got to pre-order, guys. Can't highly encourage you guys enough. I can't stress that enough, guys, because otherwise it's gonna head on to the last topic and the turning point of this episode, guys, which is the cancellations. So who are our victims, guys, for this week? Well, yeah, for this episode. Well, I mean, 2 of them. Well, let's just say we have 3 cars, and they're all in 3 different separate series. So that should be interesting. So might as well go and start off with the Xfinity series, guys. So victim number 1, we got Brandon Jones, number 19 Menards Gel-Branded car. I mean, we're never going to get a Brandon Jones car produced because this is one of those paid drivers that has no talent. I mean, he's in Joe Gibbs Racing Equipment and has no talent. And this is the only Menards car that we have never seen being produced. Everything else got produced, but not a Brandon Jones car. So this has been canceled in both scales, just like the last couple years, especially last year, since this car is basically like last year's. And this is also the first Toyota Supra that has been canceled. So not even the new Supra mold will get people excited to get this car produced. So yeah, Brandon Jones fans, if there are any of you out there, you're out of luck. I mean, paid drivers, man. Gotta love it. Too bad they can't pay for their own diecast to be made. Am I right? Next up, we got a car that is basically just like last year's and even Matt Kenseth's car from 2017. Eric Jones, number 20, DeWalt car. This is only being canceled in the 124 Elite, so 164 and the 124 ARC will be made, so not really a big loss, but you're going to lose that extra detail on from the Elites, so yeah, that's going to suck for the 124 collectors out there who prefer the Elites instead of the ARCs, because like I said, the details on those cars are, you know, or that. And the last car to be talking about, it is the 2019 Brandon McReynolds, number 74 IGR from the K&N Pro Series. You know, this was a very odd pre-order. You know, it would have been interesting if the actual owner of this car or the driver were going to actually buy some diecast. I feel like they're going to do that because this was a really random choice, and I like how this was marketed as a 2019 car, but they actually put up a picture of this 2018 car, so I find that kind of funny. So a little bit of a fail right there, but I know it's going to be disappointing for any fans of Brandon McReynolds. I know, I think there's one person I know who actually has close contacts with this team. So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate right there, but I mean, those are all your victims, guys. That's why you got to pre-order, guys, because otherwise that's what happens with the cancellations. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this newest episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. As always, guys, I appreciate you guys' continuing support of this 9th season of the NASCAR Diecast News, and hopefully I will catch you guys on another weekend for NASCAR, as we'll talk about more about the Clash and all that on further episodes. But yeah, guys, this has been OBB here, the Diecast News guy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already, and I will catch you guys on another NASCAR Diecast News episode.